go ahead and call the meeting for November 16th of the Bristol, Virginia City Council to order. Of course, as you know, one of the purposes of this meeting is to fill the vacancy of Vice Mayor Jim Steele. Before we get into the agenda, since this is the first time we've come together since this has happened, I do want everybody to keep in mind the family of Ron Morgan, former mayor of Bristol, Virginia, who had passed away recently. So, yeah. All right, we'll move into our agenda. First item, an executive session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711.A.1 Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body personnel, and along with that, including the motion to invite the two candidates into executive session as well.
May I ask a question? Mr. Mayor, first of all, I really want to ask a question from the city attorney. If he knows this, and have to look it up. The questions we have in executive session, which are going to be, I'm going to ask that it be private between the council members that exist and the individual person, Mr. Curcio, not city manager, whatever. If there's any reason that we need to, fine. Now, the question I have is, what is our immunity as councilmen for what we ask of the candidates tonight in executive session, sir?
Mr. Flinner, you can invite into executive session or uninvite into executive session who you choose to.
I understand. My biggest question, sir, I understand that. My biggest question is, what is my immunity, our immunity as city councilmen for the questions we pose to the candidates in private executive session tonight? Because I intend for it to be deep-seated and private and personal. Now, my question is there immunity for that?
Mr. Flinner, the immunity is a separate issue, obviously, from the privacy. The privacy is that executive session is, the sanctity of that room is supposed to be paramount. And
that's why I want to keep everybody out.
Hopefully all council members understand that.
Good, good. So I think you answered my question. The bottom line is what we ask anyone individually is it stays in that room. And so there's no slanderous or libelous issues.
Well, when you use the term immunity, I think that's a separate matter, but the sanctity of the room is the sanctity of the room.
Good. Thank you. I wanted that on video. Thank you.
I have a motion.
And the candidates will be invited one at a time into the executive session.
Are we flipping a coin?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll be fair.
I make the motion, we go into executive session pursuant to 2.2-3711.A.1.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. Okay. By roll call vote, council members will certify that only business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements and specified in the motion to convene the executive session were discussed. Clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. Okay. Move to item number 3, appointment of council member to fill the remainder of the vacant position. Before we take a motion, I would like to thank all of the applicants that applied for this position. I appreciate so many people stepping up and their willingness to serve the city. I appreciate everyone giving of their time as well for the interview process. Hopefully, the members of the public found this an informative experience. We tried to make it as transparent and open as we possibly could. I know the night where we had all the interviews, there was a lot of good information shared, a lot of good ideas. And one comment that I think everyone, as they had come through the door there, talked about is that everyone out there, they got to talking and had a little bit of camaraderie, but at the end of the day, everyone has a true love for this city. And so I appreciate people being willing to step up and serve. Remind people that the last time this happened, I think there was 9 people that came and interviewed, and out of that, of course, 1 was appointed. In the next election, one of those other 9 people won a seat to city council, and then 1 ran and did not win. And then 6 years later, that person ran and won again as well. So out of those 9, 3 people eventually ended up on the council. So hopefully, whether you serve on a board, commission, and we do have some vacancies right now, or you decide to run in the future, that you put your talents to good use and serve our city. And again, we appreciate everyone that came, and as you can see from the length of our executive session, was not necessarily an easy process to go through, but and that's all. So at this point, go ahead and ask for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I would respectfully move that Kevin Wingard be the replacement for the vacant council seat.
I'll second that motion.
All right. Have a motion, second. Any discussion?
Just like to say, appreciate, as what the mayor said, appreciate you guys coming out and volunteering, and also that you also said that even if we didn't pick you, you're willing to serve the city, and that's very commendable. And I certainly want to use the final 2 for sure, whichever one we have to pick tonight. This is one of the toughest votes that I've had to make since I've been on council. So it's that's how close it was.
Yeah, I will say something, actually. This was this was a tough process. There was no doubt about it. I'd say the candidates probably would agree that there were some tough questions. There were some pretty probing questions. There were questions on all the candidates that some did really well on, some didn't do so well on at all. So that's what made it pretty tough. And then you got candidates that came forward that, they've been successful in this city. And it's obvious. They've really done things that you want done in this city. So that means that you got some good candidates that you're trying to, decide between. So that's what made it really difficult. So don't take this decision any way other than we're trying to pick the best candidate at this moment in time. And we need more people, honestly, than is in this room. And I think we say that every single council meeting. And we're going to figure out a way to get more people involved in the city, because the reason we are where we are is because we didn't get enough good people involved at the front end of this mess so that we don't have the mess to deal with. That's the issue. So we've got to figure out a way to get about a dozen to 2 more dozen people involved directly in what the city's doing, so that we don't ever have to worry about this affecting our kids and all the stuff that we're talking about council meeting after council meeting. So let's keep that in mind. That's part of the process. So with that said, I just want to thank everybody that was part of the process, because you did a really good job.
Yes.
I think the pool of people that applied for this seat will be people we'll be contacting when we have openings on our various committees.
Anything else? All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. All right. At this time, Mr. Wingard, congratulations. This time, next item, oath of office for a newly elected council member by the Circuit Court Clerk, Ms. Duffy.
you raise your right hand, please. I, Kevin Wingard,
I, Kevin Wingard,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
that I will faithfully and
impartially
impartially
discharge
discharge
and perform all the duties
and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
for the City of Bristol, Virginia,
of the City of Bristol, Virginia,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Get your signature here.
Very good. Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Come over, take a seat.
Come on up.
Or 30 cents.
All right. Item number 5, election of a vice mayor. Of course, as you're aware, Councilman Steele was also vice mayor, so we have to fill this slot, and previously, council had decided to wait until we filled the council seat vacancy before we dealt with this issue. So at this time, I'll take nominations, take a motion for selection of a vice mayor. Don't everyone speak at once.
Okay, well, Mr. Mayor, I respectfully nominate Archie Hubbard to be the vice mayor.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right. Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Mumpower,
Yes.
Wingard,
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. All right.
That's as far as I'm going. I can't take too much out.
All right. Item number 6, executive session pursuant to section 2.2-3711.A.1 Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body. Personnel appointments. Do I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved.
Have a motion, second?
You can buy them.
Second. Okay, second.
Motion and a second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Wingard.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes.
Do we want to have council and city manager in on this one?
Yes.
Probably, I think we
Yeah.
might have some questions.
Item number 7, certify executive session. By roll call vote, council members will certify that only business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements and specified in the motion to convene the executive session were discussed. Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Wingard.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. All right. Item number 8, Councilmanic appointments. Make the following appointments. Read the list. Councilman Wingard is appointed to the Metropolitan Planning Organization, the Appalachian Juvenile Commission, the Farmers Market, the Keep Bristol Beautiful, the New River Mount Rogers PDC Rural Technical Committee as an alternate, the Social Services Board, the District 3 Governmental Cooperative as an alternate. Councilman Fleener is appointed to the Drug Court Advisory Board, and the City Manager Crowder is appointed to the New River Mount Rogers Chief Local Elected Officials Consortium as an alternate, and to the Metropolitan Planning Organization as an alternate. Do I have a,
I make a
Motion to
motion that we
accept
accept those appointments.
Second.
all right, a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Fleener.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Wingard.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes. All right. All right, and there being no further business, I call the meeting adjourned.